Hi guys! If you didn't see, last week I uploaded a little music video for my song Potion Pop. If you haven't seen it, make sure to go check it out. This video is going to be all about how I created Potion Pop, so the music and the music video. Let's just jump right in! It is September 3rd and I really want to do a Halloween song this year. I don't know what it's gonna be about. I think it's going to be probably just general Halloween, like kitschy kind of silly, campy. I don't know. Do you want to hear the cool little melody that I have so far? It goes ooh, which I think is going to feature a lot. I think that's gonna be the vibe. I think it's gonna be kind of ghosty, but I also this is gonna sound so stupid. I also sort of have like a dance vibe. Like I feel like it should be like spooky dance, which is so funny. And I don't know how to produce anything that sounds dancey. So I don't know how to find a balance between like, this just sounds like a bad musical theater song and this sounds like something that like people want to put on a Halloween party. Like how do I don't know. This is the same musical theme, so I don't know if I'm going to do it on the verses or what, but it's like jack-o'-lanterns, black cat. It's jack-o'-lanterns, black cat, full moon. Halloween will be here real soon. I don't know. It sounds musical theatery, but bad. So it's been a while and I think you need an update on the song. So I've written like a first draft of it, sort of. Like I have all the lyrics and the tune and everything. I still have to notate it all, or I have it partially notated, but I don't have it all notated. And I want it to be kind of like dance sounding. So I might have to put it into GarageBand and figure out some special instrumentation for it because I don't think it's going to work just using MuseScore's like in-program instruments, you know? So I think today I'm going to go on a little adventure for the music video. I'm not going to buy a whole lot of stuff for this music video. I'm going to use primarily things we already have, but I am looking for a couple of wigs. Specifically, I really want an orange bob, and then I think something like long and black would be good because I don't think we have a long black wig. It turns out we actually did have a black wig already, and it was the one I wore for the vampire, if you're curious. So if I can get them for like relatively cheap, like under $10, I will look into it. So I was just in Walmart and it was like really weirdly busy in there. It's like a Wednesday morning. What are all these people doing? So I didn't successfully get a wig. I know in there previously I've gotten, well, not in this Walmart, but in Walmarts previously I've gotten like, you know, those silly just like neon bob wigs? I know I've gotten them before in Walmart, but their wig selection was like really tiny. But I did, however, get these like really cheap glasses because I'm doing this whole like pumpkin lady for the one costume in the video. I thought those pumpkin glasses would be good, and they would be even better if I had a little orange bob to go along with it. And then I didn't even end up wearing the glasses. There is no Spirit Halloween around here, so I don't know where else I could look for costumes. I'm going to go to Five Below. I know sometimes they have a couple of cheap wigs. I don't think they'll have an orange bob. I just went in Five Below and I've still been unsuccessful in my quest to find a orange bob. I looked at Michael's quick because, you know, sometimes craft stores have costume stuff, but they didn't have anything like that. Theoretically, I looked online and Spirit is supposed to be opening soon. It just says opens mid-September and it is mid-September, so I would have thought they'd be open by now, but so who knows? I might not have a little orange bob, but oh well. I guess I could order it online if I really want one. It's a new day. The Spirit Halloween did in fact open. So I have a bunch of errands I have to run today, and as one of my errands, I am going to pop into the Spirit Halloween. Now I looked online, I don't know that they're going to have an orange bob, but I'm going to look around anyway. Okay, so I did not get a orange bob wig, but it's fine. I will just use my hair, it'll be okay. Now, my canine teeth are already pretty big, so I don't know that these are gonna make that much of a difference, but that'll be interesting. So in the video, I'm planning to do a vampire look, a witch look, and like this like weird pumpkin lady look, and that's what I was going for the orange bob for. So obviously the fangs are for the vampire. I'm also planning to do slash have a Draculaura cosplay and didn't have fangs for her, so I'll also use those fangs for Draculaura. They are custom and they pop on and off, so we'll see. So it is September 30th and I have lots of like possible lyrics written. This is a lot of possible like chorus verses options, I don't know. But I need to really figure out like what I'm gonna do and solidify stuff. Last night I was working on like the actual music and like the backing track. Guys, I'm so bad at chords. I don't know what chords sound good with things. I always feel like all of my backing tracks, whenever I try to write them, they are always just like too, I don't know how to say it, but like too smashy. Like I'm just like changing the chords too often and like it's too intense and it's not what I want it to sound like. So I've been exceptionally bad giving updates on how this song is going. There's been a lot of work. I have a lot of verses written. I think I've finalized the verses that I'm using. And do you guys want to hear this instrumental that I'm like in the middle of? I also have another option for these drums, which I put later on. That would work. Something like this. So I honestly don't know exactly how it's going to sound, and it's sounding a lot more rock and roll than I wanted it to. My original thought was that it was going to be like electronic dance. Maybe it's just the instrumentation, but something about it sounds not quite how I want it to sound. So I am in the basement. I hate the basement, but there's lots of costumes down here, so I'm going to look through what I have. So let's see what the options are. I'm hoping to find something witchy, and I know we have some witch hats. I'm hoping something witchy, and I'm hoping maybe something vampire-y. So we have this witch hat option. I don't know if it stays up, and also it has a bunch of tangled purple hair attached to it. Is this a look? So I've also found this weird belt situation that matches the hat. Right. I've also found these striped stockings, so it seems black and purple witch is going to be one of the costumes. This isn't really a Halloween creature-y, but I have these enormous fairy wings that you guys can't even see. Well, I guess I could be Karen from Mean Girls. Well, I have a Red Riding Hood cape, but it might work as a vampire cape. That's what I'm thinking. So this dress is too big on me. I don't know what it would be for, but I just wanted to put it on because it's funny to me. The collar is not sitting at all how it's supposed to, but slay. We also have this feathery black cat dress, which again looks a little bit big for me. And also I'm not sure why a black cat would have feathers. How could I miss the tail? Is this supposed to sit like this? Like a collar like this? Or is it supposed to sit down like that? How dramatic. Like what would I use this for? If I'm just like a scary little guy? So I have a basic instrumentation down for Potion Pop. I think I am going to put it in GarageBand or the similar souped up version of GarageBand that I cannot currently remember. The program I was thinking of here is called Logic Pro, which is what I actually ended up using to produce, I guess you would say, the song. And I'm going to change the sounds of the instruments around a little bit, and I don't really love the way the drums are sounding. Here is a little preview of that. Syncopation beat drop, have you heard? It's Potion Pop. It's Halloween, let's do this right. My monster friends, tonight's our night. So that's the vibe right now. I do want it a little bit more electronic. It's a little too like rock and roll leaning right now, but it is, after all, what I'm going for is a spiritual successor to the Monster Mash. So maybe the rock and roll influence is not unfounded. This next clip is from October 13th, which was a roller coaster of a day. If you guys don't know, I'm a big fan of Dan and Phil, and this is the day that they uploaded the video where they revealed that they've been together for 16 years straight. Or gay, I guess. I really wanted to finalize the instrumental of Potion Pop that day, but as I worked on it, I just came to a point with it that I felt so down because I was so frustrated with how it sounded. I really wanted to get the song out by Friday at the latest. It is Monday. I hate the song, so I don't know if there's a point in recording this because I don't know if I'm actually going to finish it. I thought it sounded like really like juvenile and like plonky. I don't know how to really describe it, but like I just really hated the way it sounded. I took a day off, and then on Wednesday I decided that I would go back to the sheet music and revisit the song. Something was wrong with the instrumental, and changing the piano into an electric piano wasn't going to fix it for me. So it's been a little bit. It's Wednesday now, and I'm finally going back, and I'm going back to the sheet music, and I'm going to try to change some things up. So hopefully the instrumental doesn't sound so like basic and juvenile, because I did not like the way it sounded at all. We'll see if that helps. We'll see if it works. What I've been doing for hours and hours for across several days is that I have the actual tune, the actual melody and everything, but I wrote it out in sheet music. So what I'm doing now is I am on Logic Pro, and I'm flicking through literally every instrument sample or voice or whatever you even call that to see which ones I prefer. Right now, I think I'm hoping I'm achieving a bit of a Thriller vibe. So like the electronic, like dance kind of electronic pop vibe is what I'm going for. Last night, I spent a very long time planning out every shot for this music video. I also did this to try to keep track of what I have to do where in what costume. The number one goal for today is to finalize the track. So sing everything that needs to get sung, balance it so like volume wise it makes sense, and like the instrumentation matches with my voice. I also want to do like a little spooky opening thing, so I gotta find the sound effects for that. For banshees, for banshees and their shrieks, for haunted dolls and cursed antiques. For banshees and their shrieks, for haunted dolls and cursed antiques. I feel like that one's not much better. I feel like I'm flat. Let it be known, I hate this microphone. I hate it so much. I have so many issues with this mic, and I feel like it makes me sound so bad. I think it makes anyone sound so bad, probably. I feel like it just like compresses my voice in a way or something. I don't even exactly know what the issue is, but I, to this day, feel like I sound horrible on the vocals of this song. I recorded and re-recorded myself using this mic over and over, and I just couldn't get any take that I actually like really liked. As I said, I feel like I sound so terrible on this recording, and I think a big portion of it is how much the mic sucks. So this is a clip of me singing the song just with my phone's video microphone. It's Halloween, let's do this right. My monster friends, tonight's our night. I feel personally that I sound like infinitely better and more clear and more crisp, and just like it sounds like me. Or when I use that other mic that I used to record the song, it doesn't sound like me. I guess I should have looked into the possibility of using my phone's mic as the microphone for this song, but honestly, I just wasn't sure how to go about doing that. I do want to do some Christmas music, so maybe I'll look into it more for that. Of course, this isn't helped that I feel like the day that I recorded this song, I was just having like a really off day vocally, and I don't think the performance itself was ever like my best, but what are you gonna do? I really wanted the song out, you know? So finally, after a day of very frustrated and definitely subpar singing, I decided it was good enough, and I began to work on the visuals of the music video. If it wasn't obvious by the makeup, we are recording today. I'm currently half witchy right now. We're recording today. As you can see, I'm dressed as my witch. You can't see it at all, but I do actually have striped stockings. The goal today is to do the witch and the pumpkin girl. Slay. If you're wondering about the logistics of recording the video, I have an AirPod in. How's the makeup look? It's purple. Have you heard it's posh? Oop, I missed that. So I just did all of the pumpkin, punk, pump, rocker, you understand? You understand the pun? What a pretty sunset. It's lovely. I didn't get the sunset in most of the shots, but hey. There was a guy fishing earlier, but luckily he went away. When I was in the witch costume earlier today, an old woman walking her dog encountered me and she was like, I have to ask, what are you doing? And I was like, I wrote a Halloween song and I'm filming the music video. And she was like, and where are you posting it? And I said, YouTube. And she said, tonight? Girl, tonight? How quickly do you think I edit? So yeah, we did outside witch, inside witch, outside pumpkin, and now we're gonna do inside pumpkin. The lighting now is actually much better than it was when I started filming, so well. Day one of filming the video is finally finished. I did all the witch shots today and I did all the pumpkin girl shots today. Tomorrow we will be doing the vampire and the ghost, and then I will be in an editing cave for a couple of days. I don't know if this looks cool or if I'm just weird. Also, these are getting quite hot. Tomorrow I am filming the vampire scenes, and as you saw before, I have these fangs, so I am going to attempt to get them ready for tomorrow. There are a lot of instructions. Excuse my appearance, but they're on. I have to let them set. I can't talk with them in. I don't know if I'm just a scared person, but I can't get them off. To remove, gently push your lower teeth forward against the backside of the fang tips until you hear a slight click. Maybe I'm gonna be stuck having fangs forever because okay, after lots of wiggling, I can pop them in and out. I cut off the bits that you could see in the front. I don't know if they're gonna stay super well, but they're not coming off when I'm talking, so. So I am currently doing the ghost footage. This should be really interesting. It should be a fun little experiment. I've never used a green screen before. We'll see if this works out. If this doesn't work out, then you'll be like, Ghost, what are you talking about? Because I will have had to redo this. But yeah, this is the green screen. Is it the best green screen in the world? Absolutely not. Also, am I a little bit concerned that this dress is shiny enough that it's shining green? Yeah, but here it is. Here's the ghost look. It's like Regency inspired. It's not perfect, obviously. Also, thank you to my mom for doing this like silly little hairstyle. Obviously I have bangs too, so it's like I can't really do the little tiny ringlets, but it's kind of the vibe. I'm trying to evoke ghost. We'll see. We'll see. So I am basically done with filming. I have one more shot to do in the vampire, and I'm going to be drinking a Shirley Temple. It looks a little bit like blood. Not really, but it's gonna be my little blood soda. The past 2 days have been wild. It's been a lot of filming. It's been hours and hours of like planning and then setting up stuff to film. Oh my gosh, it took so long to do the green screen today, so I really hope it turns out okay. Also, this wig makes me look like someone I think, or like someone's hairstyle. These fangs are really fun, and I can kind of talk to them. I'm done filming. Time to edit. And then after filming for like 2 solid days, it was finally time to begin editing. If you're curious about what program I used, it was Final Cut Pro. And then after making some thumbnails and writing the description, it finally went up. I sort of hinted on some of this throughout the video, but here are some little like, not quite Easter eggs, but fun facts, I guess you would say, about the song. So looking at the song itself, I envisioned it to be like a dance/EDM modern version of the Monster Mash, which that's not really exactly at all how it turned out, but however, there are of course a couple of references to the Monster Mash in the song. Most obviously, in the bridge, I say this.
And Potion Pop might make Dracula ask, whatever happened to the Monster Mash?
In Monster Mash, there's a very similar, it's an entire verse, but about Dracula. And it is, here's my dramatic reading. He opened the lid and shook his fist and said, whatever happened to my Transylvania twist? Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist? That's how he really says it in the song. And well, I obviously am not really gifted in doing a silly little Dracula voice, so my voice in the song is just kind of weird, but obviously that line in Potion Pop is a direct reference to the lines in Monster Mash. Also, a drum fill that I use in Potion Pop is extremely similar to the drum fill that is used over and over again in Monster Mash.
My surprise.
I was also quite inspired by Thriller, which again might be obvious. I do want to say that Thriller is an extremely complicated piece of music, and Potion Pop isn't. But upon discovering that I just could not get Potion Pop to sound anything like my desired, like, early 2010s EDM, I went in a different electronic direction and chose some electric piano and bass that's sort of like reminiscent of Thriller, sort of has a Thriller kind of flair. It might just sound sort of 80s-ish, but also Thriller famously opens with spooky sound effects, which Potion Pop does as well. Also, the line "Gremlins and their rigid rules" was a very late addition. The line was originally for vampires and all their rules, but I just kept going to myself like, I guess vampires have rules, but like when you think of vampires, you're not thinking of like, I don't know, they have to be invited into your house. Yes, they're like vampires do have rules, but I don't think that's like what they're known for. So in rewrites, I switched up the original first couple lines and added in a reference to vampire bats. And then my mom actually suggested that I used gremlins because gremlins are known for rules. So thanks, Mom! Are gremlins Halloweeny? Maybe not, but they are monsters known for having rules. So overall, I do have to admit that I still am not in love with the song. As I said before, I think my vocals on the song sound horrible. I was having like a super off day with my voice and then added with the microphone, and I think especially like the more it goes into the song, the worse I sound. So like the second chorus sounds just like so pitchy to me. Like I think I'm sharp the entire time. And then the instrumental is okay. It's definitely better than when I almost quit the entire project. But again, as I've been saying, it's not exactly how I wanted it to be, but it's okay. But all of this to say, I am glad that I released the song. I am happy that it is out. I am personally terrible at starting projects and never finishing them, especially when it comes to music. I have probably like literally 100 songs that I have started in some capacity but haven't actually finished. I am just a serial abandoner because I'm such a perfectionist that I very easily become dissatisfied with a song and then I'm like, I hate this and it's going to suck forever. So Potion Pop maybe sucks forever, but at least is out. However, people have been extremely nice to me, and I'm glad you guys are enjoying this song. I know this entire video has been like far from me placing Potion Pop on a pedestal, but you know, if you haven't seen it, make sure to check it out. Some people seem to like it, so maybe you will enjoy it too, and I hope that I can bring some sort of joy to you. I do hope to release some more music in the future, and I am actively working on stuff for Christmas. So please stick around and subscribe if you are curious in listening to that. Of course, I'll also continue to be making other silly videos. It won't just be music, so if you're like, I like her stuff, but this music I am just simply not jamming to, don't worry, I haven't forgotten about you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy Halloween, and bye guys!